Let us see our next question. Mr. X has made investment in a mutual fund, rupees 1 lakh. On the date of investment, net asset value per unit was rupees 10. At the end of the year, Mr. X received dividend of rupees 5,000, and further, net asset value per unit at the end of the year was rupees 12. The question says that's a compute return to the investor. That is a question. Friends, from this question onwards, we are going to have understanding of the return to the investor. So far, we have focused on the calculations of the net asset value on per unit basis, or net asset value, on that we were focusing. Now we are going to have the focus on calculation of the net asset value on per unit basis. Let us understand that how we are required to make computation of the same. First of all, we have to check whether we have been provided with any specific plan or not. Directly or indirectly, number of times we are provided with the plan information. Directly, we may be provided with the dividend reinvestment plan, bonus plan, growth plan. That kind of plan information may be provided to us directly. Indirectly, how the information can be given, that we are going to understand in the coming questions. Right now we understand that no such plan information is given to us. So we are required to make the computation of the answer by using the simple concepts of the financial management. Let us understand how to calculate the answer. I request all of you to write down answer along with me. There is nothing like great to be done over here. Method number 1. There are two methods in which I am explaining answer to you, and which method is better, I'll also explain that at the end of the doing both the methods. Working note number 1. Calculation of number of units allotted to investor. In that, amount of investment upon net asset value per unit. Amount of investment is 1 lakh rupee. Net asset value per unit is 10. So it comes to 10,000 number of units. That is the way, first of all, we can compute the number of units allotted to the investor. Working note number 2. Calculation of dividend income per unit. So it is dividend divided by number of units. Amount of dividend income is 5,000 and number of units are 10,000. So that comes to 50 paise per unit. That is the dividend income on per unit basis. Next, return to investor. As far as return to investor is concerned, it will be calculated like this: income upon investment into 100. We understand that as an investor, I received dividend of 50 paise per unit. plus NAV1 is rupees 12. That is net asset value at the end of the year 12. NAV0 is 10. So minus 10 upon 10 into 100. So it is 50 paise plus 2 rupees. So 2 rupee 50 paise upon 10 into 100. So the final answer comes to 25%. That is the way we can compute the return to the investor. Next, there is an alternative method, that is method number 2. The method number 2 works like this. Return to the investor is income upon investment into 100. Now friends, in the second method, we are going to make the computation of the return taking into account the total values. The amount of the dividend income to the investor is 5,000. Plus amount of investment was 1 lakh divided by 10. That is the price at which the investment was made into 12. That is value of the units at the end of the period. Whole minus 1 lakh. Divided by 1 lakh into 100 for getting answer in percentage term. So what you can do friends, 1 lakh upon what, that is 10. So you are allotted with 10,000 number of units into 12. So value of the investment at the end of the period is 1,20,000 minus 1 lakh plus 5,000. So that is a dividend income of 5,000. That is appreciation in the units value by 20,000. So overall there is an income of 25,000. So the answer is of course once again 25%. If at all you do answer with this method, that is method number 2, you do not have to compute that say what was the number of units that were allotted to you when you made investment. So my personal suggestion is to go with the second method. However, going with either of the method is acceptable from examination point of view.